Day 21, picking up where we left off, and we waited all that while to make sure we were able to keep the pound Swiss franc trade open, and it hasn't rewarded us. We got hit for a full stop loss today, 7:15 about 4 hours ago. We went down for $87.14. Not much we could do about that. The entry seemed reasonable. We were hoping for another move like this perhaps, but unfortunately a 3-candle move that ends in failure, and it doesn't look like if we'd gone for a 1.5 times ATR stop loss on this it would have been saved. Price did reach up there, so it would probably have to be a 2 times ATR to be safe. Starts getting wide at that point, but anyway, that is that trade done. We are still in our US dollar Japanese yen trade and still have the signals to go ahead with that. About $27 up for the trade as a whole, so maybe this one can make a move, at least get to the 1 times ATR, take profit. Could do with a winning trade once in a while. Let's go see if we got any entries out there. Maybe find a winner amongst the charts. Maybe. If we had gone into that Euro US dollar trade, that would be going so nice right now. Look at those candles. Sell candle comes on the US dollar Canadian dollar pair. Wouldn't be able to take it because we're already in the US dollar with the yen. But also filtered out interestingly by the awesome oscillator. And the reverse on the Australian dollar US dollar. Candle goes blue with price above the moving average. Could be a buy trade, but again, awesome oscillator filters you out of it. And the awesome oscillator is giving the filters tonight. Another one here would be a buy trade on the Australian dollar Japanese yen, but there goes the awesome oscillator. Has been beneath zero for the last 2 candles now. And another filter from the awesome oscillator, buy trade on the CAD Swiss franc. What do you know, same on the CAD yen. Blue candle comes, awesome oscillator below zero. True signal comes on the Euro New Zealand dollar pair. It's a sell signal. It's going to be looking to get into this one unless there's anything better. Pound Canadian dollar coming in with a signal now as well. Sell signal there too. We can't be stopped by the awesome oscillator. The Heikin-Ashi will still give you options pretty much every night. Those are our 2 signals then. Euro New Zealand dollar, Pound Canadian dollar. Let's do the Euro New Zealand first. 118 pips exactly is the reading from the ATR. 0.03 standard lots for each of our sub-trades. Here comes our selling power. That's the stop loss and take profit set for the trade. Very little faith in these Heikin-Ashi signals at this point, but maybe it's good to have low hopes. Then things can only get better. Great British Pound Canadian dollar, that's 104.3 pips on the ATR. And we're selling again, and it's 0.03 lots again. Simple stuff. And another trade we're in. I maybe have a little bit more faith in this one than the Euro New Zealand dollar. Still, that's 3 trades again. We've never been short trades with this. The Heikin-Ashi, the candles that keep on giving. Let's come back tomorrow and find out how they're getting on. Day 22. Let's start with some good news, because boy do we need it. We've been waiting a while for this. Finally we catch a winning trade. The US dollar Japanese yen. First take profit level has triggered $27.85 for the trade. And you can see we've got a bit out of the trailing stop loss as well up there. So whatever happens, even if price drops, wiping out both these stop losses, we're guaranteed about 22-23 pips a win in the difference here on the trading stop loss trade, because we'd have 1 times ATR win, 1 times ATR loss. So whatever we got from the trading stop loss trade would be the profit overall. That is good, and we are happy to linger on here, but we have got other charts to look at. Starting with the Pound Canadian dollar, this has got worse, and we are going to be closing down manually. Once again, it's another poor trade. Only got into this one yesterday and it has immediately turned head towards the stop loss. Lucky it didn't take it out by the look of it, but we're not going to hang about to see if this has got any chance of reversing. We will close it down now and be done with it. Back out of that one we go. $30 gained in the bank from the US dollar Japanese yen, and about $60 losses cemented just there. So even when we do get good news, it really is just a brief spark of light in a hall of darkness. Euro New Zealand dollar not going to our favour either. Get to keep it open, haven't lost either of the signals, so that's pretty good. But we have to see a drop in price tomorrow, otherwise it will start flipping back to blue very quickly. About $11 down a piece on each trade at the moment, so about a third of the way to the stop loss, maybe a little bit more. But we'll keep it open and see if it can get somewhere good. Let's check those other charts. Great British Pound, US dollar, that goes blue. Filtered out by the awesome oscillator though. Sell signal comes on the Australian dollar, US dollar. We can't take it because we're in the US dollar Japanese yen. But it's an interesting one because price is below the moving average. You can see there the bid price line. Even though the Heikin-Ashi candle itself is not, it goes orange with price below the moving average. So that's a viable trade if you do want to take it. Sell signal on the Aussie caddy we can take. Not going to be enthusiastic about taking it, but it's there within the system. Price below the average, awesome oscillator below zero. and the first orange candle in the pattern. So let's check those other charts and then we'll probably jump into this one. Alright, nothing else to it, so we've got our average true range here. 52.5 pips is the reading. 0.06 standard lots for each of the 3 sub trades, and not much to run down this time. Always nice to see it. Let's see if we can get a winner. Seems like a lot to ask, but these are trusty indicators, I'm sure. And we've now got all our stop losses and take profits set as well. Always good when we can see where that 2 times ATR take profit level is. Even if price hasn't been at that level since May 2020, now's the time to get there once again. Canadian dollar, get back to your old glory, at least against the Aussie dollar. Do us a favour, if you can buy your commodities in Australian dollars, we'd appreciate seeing that. We'll come back in 24 hours time, see how these trades are getting on. Day 23, Heikin-Ashi. First off, US dollar, Japanese yen. Did find a new high, retraced pretty heavily though, and did knock out our trailing stop loss trade for $12.57, which means we've got just one sub trade left for it, which is currently up at $9.55. That is sub trade B, going for that 2 times take profit. Seems a stretch away now, but at least we're still positive in the trade. Haven't lost any of our signals. Euro, New Zealand dollar, haven't lost the signals here either, but 2 days without much movement for us. It is a little bit against us, $7 each piece, but there's plenty of space for it to go, if at any point it wants to go. Finally, Aussie Caddy just got in this one last night. Similar to the Euro, New Zealand dollar, not really moved much, but this time it's a bit in our favour, $5 per sub trade. And again, all the signals still good. This one seems the most likely to take profit for us the way it's looking. Let's just check if there's anything going on the charts. If you went in for this cheeky Australian dollar, US dollar trade yesterday, it's going okay for you. Probably about halfway towards the first take profit level. Hopefully you're in it. Hopefully you're getting there. Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, that's giving the signal. We're already selling off the Australian dollar, but that's what the signal is. It's encouraging for us that it's being backed up on another currency pair. Good news for the trade we're in, but obviously we're not going to take this signal. Same dealio on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar as well. If you want to set off, the signal's there. It's backing up our trade. We'd like to see it. Our one and only currency pair available, the pound Swissy, not giving us any signal. Far from it. No new siggies for us tonight, so we'll just have to rely on these 3 trades and come back tomorrow, see how they're getting on. Day 24, let's go through these trades. They are all still open. First off, US dollar, Japanese yen. We are going to have to close this one. It's still got sub trade B open. Still going to make some money from it. So let's press that X and see exactly how much we bank. $14.09 in the bag. And so from that trade as a whole, we got around $60 back. $14.09 on this one at $12.57 on sub trade C and $27.85 on sub trade A. That's not enough to cover even one full loss when all 3 sub trades hit the 1 times ATR stop loss. Hey, I'm happy we made money with it, but we need it to be more if we are going to get any profits out of this tool. Next one, Euro, New Zealand dollar. Right around our entry price, nothing really going on with it. Don't have to change anything, we'll just see what happens next. And that's the same with the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar trade as well. All the signals still there, just hovering around our entry price. Each of the sub trades on that one about $2 in profit, but we do need more. Let's see if there's any other trades on the charts. US dollar, Swiss franc, the Heikin-Ashi gives the go ahead, so does the moving average, but that awesome oscillator does keep us out because of that run up that happened. It's just kicking into it. Both those currencies open for us as well, but we will leave it be. Similar situation on New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Blue Heikin-Ashi comes, that means buy, especially when it's above the moving average. But again, that mid-range recent run from the awesome oscillator has knocked it out. Euro CAD turns blue, which means we can watch for the orange again. Buy signal coming on the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar pair. That would be a confusing trade as we are currently buying both the Canadian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. Seems like New Zealand won the battle today anyway, judging by that candle. That's it for us then. No true trade entries. At least we didn't lose money on our US dollar, Japanese yen pair. But now Aussie Caddy, Euro Kiwi, do the work for us. Give us a present for the weekend. We'll be back tomorrow. Day 25. How those trades come along, they're both still open. Aussie Caddy, it's moving to our favour. We've still got the signals. Each sub trade about $11 into profit. So between a third and a halfway to our take profit on that one. That ain't awful. Euro New Zealand dollar. Well, it's pulled back, but it's kind of flat. We've still got the signals. Nothing to do with this trade either. We're just pretty happy to see them still going and not looking too red. Maybe we've got other trades on the charts. Or I have to check to find out. Aussie Swissy, if we've been going on this trade, that's moving not too bad for you. About 50 pips plus to the good. Same for the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar trade. That would have taken profit by now. Not as nice as this Euro Swiss franc trade though. That one would really be moving for you now. I think you probably would have got 2 times ATR to the take profit. although the retracement on this candle would have knocked your trade and stop loss too. Would have been a good trade, mind. Sell signal comes on the pound New Zealand dollar. We're in a very similar trade with the euro New Zealand dollar, so that bodes well for us. No extras for us tonight, but hopefully our 2 open trades are gathering steam for their big runs. We'll find out when we're back in 72 hours. Before we dip off though, let's just check the journal. Not going any better for us. Now $852.57 down, and after just 5 weeks, 19 trades in those 25 days, nearly a trade a day. And so we did have the winner on the US dollar Japanese yen. That felt pretty good, and we have had to wait a long time for it. But 2 losing trades closed off as well, the pound Swiss franc and the pound CAD. We tried to sell off the pound back to back on those trades, and it didn't work out well for us. Hence why we are now relying on the euro New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar Canadian dollar. Both sell trades again, and we need a trailing stop loss on each of those trades to get around about $200, $300. If we could really start pushing those kind of levels of profits, maybe we could get back into it. Otherwise, we will need about 8 or 9 winning trades on the bounce to be able to give us the hope. We'll be back on Monday.